So we're going to continue our coverage of this morning's breaking news. Disgraced South Carolina lawyer Alex Murdaugh has been sentenced to life in prison for the murders of his wife and his son. The judge issued the sentence a short time ago. Jurors found Murdaugh guilty yesterday after deliberating for only 3 hours. Murdaugh addressed the judge before he was sentenced, once again claiming that he's innocent. So we want to bring in trial attorney Paul Batista for a little more analysis. Paul, I feel like it's been a minute since we had a chance to talk to you. So I'm glad that you are here. Your initial reaction to the judge's sentence, but also the judge's words.
Well, the judge was very, very measured and judicial throughout this entire proceeding. His comments at the sentencing were perfectly appropriate. He conducted himself, I wish every judge I appeared in front of had his demeanor and his intelligence. And the sentences are not surprising, and they are of the magnitude they are because of the underlying nature of the crime, but because Murdaugh got on the stand and lied. That really triggered a very heavy sentence.
Interesting.
Huge mistake.
So, okay, I was going to say, so you're calling that a mistake that he ended. Could it have gone another way?
Well, you know, it's not for me to decide whether a defendant should take the stand or not. It's common wisdom that you don't put a criminal defendant on the stand. What I meant is that when you put a defendant on the stand, among the many risks that you run is that if the jury convicts, the judge has the right, and this judge exercised that right, to enhance that sentence if he believes or she believes the defendant has lied on the stand. That's one of the other complicating factors in putting a criminal defendant on the stand.
The judge, brought up the fact that there's most likely going to be some sort of appeal filed. So I want to ask you about that, the grounds, but I also want to ask you about the interaction between the judge and Murdaugh during the sentencing. That, the judge starts with the quote from that poem about, oh, what a tangled web we weave. And then Murdaugh sort of finishes it off for him. The judge, talks about, well, maybe it wasn't you, but it was this monster that became you, alluding to the drug addiction that Murdaugh testified that he had. And they sort of go back and forth. And I wonder, what you made of that and whether or not you thought that would have an impact on any sort of attempt at an appeal.
Well, what I made of that is, frankly, that it is very unusual for a judge to be familiar with the defendant in, let's call it, civilian life. That is a very unusual circumstance. But it is a small community. It's a localized community. Murdaugh was apparently very prominent within that community. The judge has served as a judge there for 22 years, but it did surprise me a little bit that the judge would express familiarity not only with Murdaugh, but with the portrait of Murdaugh's ancestor in the courtroom. That is a little surprising, but to answer your second question, to that point, it will have no impact on the appeal.
Yes, we were talking about the legal dynasty that the Murdaugh family has had in that community for so long. Given all of this, what do you think has really stood out to you now that we have reached the end of this trial that you think we should keep an eye out for?
Well, I mean, the most obvious point, I think, is what I stated earlier, which is the enormous risk involved in putting any criminal defendant on the stand, particularly in a trial of this nature. Another thing that does stand out to me is the enormous amount of what I will call modern age technology evidence. Which I think the jury found difficult to follow. I know I did. And I think the jurors kind of appropriately overlooked that because it was so inherently confusing and in many ways contradictory. And what the jury did was to focus on the actual evidence presented by the witnesses at trial. That's what juries have done for centuries. So all the tracking and the cell phone footage, the timesheets, it stood out to me that that was a almost useless exercise on both sides.
Well, the cell phone video, though, was pivotal, wasn't it, in placing him at the scene moments before his son and wife were killed?
I didn't say that all of the footage was useless. That was certainly crucial.
Yeah.
And it was a crucial, but again, it's almost a bit of traditional evidentiary evidence to have a photo or sequence demonstrating that Murdaugh was actually in the kennel with the dog. His voice was audible. It was recognizable. That's useful. But all the cell phone footage, tracking, the speed of the vehicle, I don't think this jury did not spend 3 hours examining all of that stuff. It spent its time focused on the facts that were presented by the witnesses.
Yeah, those digital footprints, I think, is what we're talking about there. Paul Batista, thank you so much for joining us.
Always a pleasure to see you.